Hi, I'm Drew Thomas.
Hey, so Drew has a magic show. You probably recognize him from America's Got Talent. And he was just in Washington, D.C., which is awesome, but we met here in Orlando. And so he agreed to do a couple of talks, or questions for us. So the first question isn't necessarily magic related, but when shows like Ghost come out on Broadway, or Mary Poppins, for example, David Copperfield had this big thing like, oh my god, that's incredible, because they add in a ton of illusions. Or Mary Poppins, she just magically floats in the middle of the stage and then takes off over the audience, and everyone just starts tap dancing on the roof of the theater. How do you feel when you go to like a show and all of a sudden you see your trade and everything go in there? Is it still amazing? Is it, wow, how did they do that? Or do you try to pick it apart? What do you normally, how do you react?
I'll tell you, it's great going to see Broadway shows and seeing occasionally magic being sprinkled throughout to add that extra bang, if you will, to a production. And in many cases it's done in a very, very clever way, and it heightens a story to a level that is really unique. Not all productions do they try and fully commit to hiding the methods of what they do, but those who do are really outstanding because it provides the audience with that much more of an amazing experience. For example, I get to work with the Atlanta Ballet as Air Drosselmeyer. And in this case, now it's a ballet, not a musical, but in this case, what's interesting is you have this very magical story, and there's lots of opportunity for magic to exist, but I get to actually bring it to life. It heightens the story, and so as an illusionist in that context, people they get goosebumps automatically because they're already subscribing to this because they believe so deeply in the story.
In a lot of your show, you talk about going on and performing, and this is showbiz. Clearly on Broadway, they use showbiz a lot too. How do you tie in your acting, and how do you just really pull your audiences in? And do you feel like it's similar to a Broadway cast that may be losing it or may have them grasp, and how do you take them to the next part?
Sure. Could we have maybe a minute before you can finish? Is it possible? Pretty please? If you don't mind, I'm pretty please, just for about 1 minute. Awesome, thank you so very much. It's just a clanking of the chairs,
nice
that's all. I'm sorry, we sprung this on you. Thank you. You know, I'm very fortunate to get to be a professional entertainer and a magician because people like that inherently. I mean, that's why I do it. As a little kid, I got into it, and I just kept pursuing it, and well, a lot of mistakes. Eventually got some things right, and things started to work. However, what I want to do with magic is more like a Broadway show. It's about in my own show, what I'm attempting to do is to take away the things that people rely on as a crutch to go, I'm on the fence about magic. Instead, I try to make it seem more approachable, more real, more likable, more like, hey, come on in, check this out. And I find that works great. So that's kind of my niche, and I really enjoy that aspect of what I do on stage.
Okay. And so you're talking about kind of wanting to go in towards Broadway. And so magic clearly has a place on Broadway. Ever since the Follies, they had magicians come out. And then you had the Follies touring with Carol. Well, Carol wasn't really. Yeah, I think Carol Channing was a Follies girl. Was she?
Boy.
Well, we'll even just say Ethel Merman or someone,
sure,
or Fanny Bryce. And magic's just been a huge part. Do you see magic shows coming on full force as a magic show into a Broadway stage?
You know, what I think where I would like to see things go, and where I think things currently are with magic on Broadway, is it's on the fence right now, meaning that it is existing. It's not a question of whether or not it's going to be there. It is there, but what I love about it, it's still being undefined. I just went to go see Nothing to Hide. Neil Patrick Harris directed that. Outstanding show. It was no balls about, nothing held back. It was like, let's just effing do this, and it was great because the magicians constantly challenge the audience to go, nope, look here, no, I want you to watch here. If you don't want to watch here, watch there. But we're going to fool you on both counts. I like that, but I want to expand on that and turn it into a theatrical production that delves very deeply into this really great story as well as truly kick-ass magic.
Cool. Something kind of ironic about you saying no balls about it and Neil Patrick Harris is he's currently starring in Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Just as a heads up. And he's doing an amazing job, literally, with them. Yeah. Favorite East German rock and roll star, drag queen. Right. Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to say?
Hey, come see me on Broadway. We're going to make magic on Broadway. Sophisticated audiences like sophisticated thinking, and magic has been in a corner for a while, and some of it is due. There's good reason for it. I'm going to bring it into the mainstream and make it very successful on Broadway.
Well, we will take the train up from D.C. to come see you.
Do it.
Thank you very much.